Hey everybody, Hunter back again from Showtime Studios. We're going to do the second show recap for this weekend. This will be on the South Hills show that was held in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, of course, on the south side. Um, they was in a new location this year. It's the same place that the Three Rivers Auto Modelers Club holds their show, and a very good venue. Had a I think a decent turnout. I think the entries was a little light compared to 2 years ago when we went to that show, but there were several people that I thought would be there and never did see them. They didn't enter anything. Didn't see them over in the vendor area, so not sure what happened with that. But we had a great time. Met up with like I said in the last video, 3 or 4 guys that I hadn't seen in at least a couple of years came to the show, and we got to, kind of chat and, just get to know each other again after 2 years. It was something different, especially one of them. It might have been probably 3 years since I've seen him, so that was cool. And we did very well at the show. The show was run very well. Registration went very well. The guys had all the tables set up. Everything looked good. Pretty efficient. Ran very efficient. They did a good job, 2 years ago in their old location. So to have a venue change, they did a real good job. They had a nice concession stand with food and sitting area, so you could sit down and eat. A big vendor area, which I didn't spend much money at all, but they had a huge vendor area, and it was a real good show. So hats off to all the guys in the club. For any of you guys that don't know South Hills, that is James Duff from the Stash Report or the Stash Project, whatever, something like that. I think it's the Stash Report's what it used to be. I should know that, but sorry, James. But it's his club, not actually his club, but he's a member of the club, and he does all the talking on the mic and everything, making all the announcements, and it's a real fun time. We went up this year and really had a good time. Hung out with James for a lot of the day, and John Brolin, Jason Sikora, Gary Kolchuk was there, Chip Wamsley was there that I hadn't seen for a while, and it was just a great time. So we'll go over what Sandy actually won in the raffle again. First up in the raffle for the very first ticket that they called, she won. Now, this is going to be something different. You guys have probably never seen this before at a show as far as a raffle offering. And actually, I haven't either, but I think it's pretty cool. And she won the raffle, and she had the winning ticket, so I told her, pick what you want. And she picked up, believe it or not, a coloring book. But the neat thing about the coloring book is it is all automotive stuff. 41 Ford, 57 T-Bird. What else do we have in here? I haven't even looked through the whole thing yet. The 57 Corvette, the 34 Ford Delivery. But it's, how many pages did we get? Altogether is 36 pages. There's a 70 Roadrunner Hemi car. So that was pretty cool. And it's from PPG. So it must be one of them things you can kind of sit down and take the actual car that you may own and put some color to it to see what it would look like in real life. So she got that, and I think she's going to tinker around with that a little bit when she's not building models or reading books or doing whatever else she does. So that was pretty cool and something different. And at the end of the day, she actually won the last raffle drawing that they had. I think they had like probably 7 or 8, something like that throughout the day. And she didn't win anything else from the first one until the last one. She was called for the last drawing, and she won a set of small die-cast funny cars from 1997 from the Super Nationals. And we'll open them up here real quick, show you what they look like. It's like in a little collector set, and comes with a little event pin there, and then the 3 funny cars. So that was pretty cool. She got those, and of course gave them to me to put in display around here somewhere. So we'll probably put them out in the model display cabinet. So as far as what she won, that was it on that. And the one kit that I did pick up from the show, I actually bought this from my good buddy Gary Kolchuk and Chip Wamsley. They had a vendor area set up. I think John Brolin was over there walking around too with them, and I think he was riding with them. So I picked up a kit that I'd actually never seen before, and then James Duff tells me that they make like 4 or 5 different versions of it, but I like this one because I've always been a fan of this car, and I picked up the Aoshima Lamborghini Countach, old school supercar. And I'm, like I say, I've been a real big fan of the Countach. I love the body style of it. And I can remember years ago we had a white one here in Winchester, and every time you seen that thing, it was like just amazing. And so I've never actually had a Countach kit, so I went ahead and paid $37 for it, which I don't think was too bad. James said that, you know, that's right around what they sell for from like Hobby Link Japan, but then you got to add shipping on there. So I think I got a pretty good deal on it. And it, of course, comes with the decals and the photo etches all in the box. And it looks like a pretty decent kit. Opening doors on it. You can have the headlights open or closed. You can open up the engine cover. It has the full engine in it, which is the V12. And also has some metal stickers in here too. So that's pretty cool. And we'll put that up on the shelf for a future date. And if we get to building this one, we'll also do some updates on that. So that's all I picked up from the show as far as buying models. Next up, we'll go into the awards. I actually took 7 models up there. And they do have a military class, even though it's all automotive related. Everything else is automotive, and then they have a little military section. So I took, and I don't think it's laid out. No, it's not laid out. So it's one of those shows that's People's Choice. All the categories are done by People's Choice, and you get a ballot, and you go around and pick your favorite model. So as far as the little military category, I took my M113. That I built the 172nd scale, and I came out with a first place award in that. So that was real cool. So, you know, again, I want to thank everybody that voted for the model because, like I say, it is all viewer choice. And the next model that I took up was actually the Pro Street Beetle, and it came out with a first place in the category. So that was cool. And I put that in, I think that was Street Machine. That's what category I put that in. The next category that I entered was the heavy commercial category. And I actually took up my Ford 9000 LTL and got a first place in that. And that's really nothing to brag about because, unfortunately, there was 2 heavy commercial builds in the category, and they were both mine. So that's one of those default wins, as I call it. But I wanted to take some stuff up. I supported the category. I supported the show. And, you know, even though it is what it is, you're going to win it because you got the 2 models in the category and you only have 1 award per category. So let's see. Next up, this one really surprised me. This is actually for the little tutorial build, the little street rod that we done on camera and did all the tutorial videos on it. It actually came out with a first place in the street rod category, which I was kind of stunned with that one. I think there was another model in the category that, you know, was better, but I guess people just liked the little street rod and they voted it as the pick for their for that category. So that's what we have as far as the normal awards. And what else did we have? I took my Jeep up, the little Rubicon. It did not place, which, you know, like I say, doesn't surprise me with that one. And I also took up the little Mercedes day cab tractor that we done, the box stock build, put that in heavy commercial. And of course, the Ford won heavy commercial, so that kicked the little Mercedes out. But I don't know, it probably got some votes also, so that would be cool. And so that wraps it up for everything that we took. Next up, I took the Bedford tanker that we finished up this year, and I put that in the theme award. And the theme award was called Crazy Eights. And what it had to be was a year that ended with 8. So it could be, you know, 38, 48, 58, whatever, as long as it ended with an 8. So the Bedford, my research on it and everything put it at about, you know, late 40s. So I called, when I built the Bedford, I did it as a 1948. That fit great for the theme category up there at that show. And I came out with the trophy out of that category. So first place out of the theme category. And next up, we have these awards here are actually picked. All those awards that I just showed are all picked by viewer choice. That's your fellow builders, the general public, vendors, whoever comes in gets to vote on that. And that's how you win those awards. These two awards here are actually voted by the club members themselves. They sponsor an award individually, and then they get to go pick out what they want to give that award to. So I got the Best Engine Award for the Pro Street Beetle. So that was pretty cool. And the last award, like I say, this is also an award that's picked out by the club members. Your model does not have to place at the show to win this award. But this year, it just so happened that I did place with a model that went on to win the award. And what we're talking about is the Best in Show Award for the South Hill Show. And this went to, believe it or not, the Bedford Tanker. And there was a lot of people that was very surprised with that they picked the Bedford at a full automotive event over the Pro Street Beetle. But, it is what it is. And they really like that model. That's two shows back to back in a weekend that model has been chosen for, the best there. So if people like it that much, that's great. That's why we build models, to take them and let people enjoy stuff like that and enjoy seeing, other people's work. And it's cool. It's a good feeling to be rewarded for hard work that I put into it. Even though I built that model in 3 weeks, start to finish, it is what it is. And I consider it one of my better models. So, that's cool. So that's the wrap up on the South Hills show that we went to today, Sunday. So that's all we've got. That wraps up our entire show weekend between this video and the last one. And next up, we'll have some videos coming up here probably toward the end of the week on, I don't know if we're going to go ahead and start back on tutorial videos, or we're going to start on some update videos or something. But we'll have something coming from Showtime Studios, so stay tuned for that. Like always, I want to thank everybody for watching and supporting the channel. And as always, this is Hunter from Showtime Studios, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.